In the rematch competitive scene, structure, well, it's almost everything. The right formation doesn't just organize your team, it opens passing lanes and sets rhythm of the play. Today, we'll explore 5 commonly used formations, revealing how each dictates space and tempo. Let's begin. Disclaimer, these are just ideas. You don't have to take it literally. I am not responsible for any losses from your ranked games, tournaments, or the breakup of your friend group. We start with a 2-2. With 2 at the back and 2 ahead, this setup provides structural stability and fluidity in transition. Tactically, it allows for strong defensive coverage while offering dual outlets in the middle. Players rotate laterally and vertically, often creating 2v1 scenarios along the flanks. Spaces utilized include the middle field thirds half spaces and the wide channels. These zones enable lateral ball progression and crossing opportunities. Let's talk about pros and cons. Pros: it maintains a solid defensive and attacking structure, good spacing for ball retention, and it simplifies passing angles across all thirds. Cons: no designated striker. It means chances must be built collectively. It's vulnerable during quick counters if midfielders are caught too high, and it will be heavily reliant on communication and off-the-ball awareness. The 2-2 gives you structure and balance, but what if you want more control through the center? More passing options, more connection, and more verticality. That's where the 1-2-1 shines. Let's break down the diamond. The 1-2-1, known as the diamond formation, is for those who thrive on ball control. 1 pivot anchors the back, 2 central players shift between roles, and a forward leads the press. Tactically, the diamond creates natural triangles, perfect for short, sharp passing sequences. Midfielders in the half spaces constantly check in and out, drawing defenders and creating overloads. The formation's vertical symmetry ensures connection from back to front. Commonly used zones include central lanes and half spaces near the edge of the final third. These areas support rapid combination play and give midfielders access to both flanks and forward channels. What is good with this formation? It is exceptional for possession-based football, encourages vertical progression and link-up play, and it is strong central control and support. What is bad for this is the flanks are often exposed, especially if the midfield triangle collapses. A single defender can be outnumbered. It requires constant off-ball movement and anticipation. Fuck. The diamond gives you flow and control, but not every game allows you to play pretty. Sometimes you need structure at the back and a clear outlet up top. When it's time to absorb pressure and strike fast, the 2-1-1 is your go-to. Let's take a look. With a 2-1-1, your approach becomes direct and reactive. 2 defenders hold the line, a lone midfielder links faces, and the striker becomes the focal point. Tactically, it's about absorbing pressure and striking fast. The central midfielder must pivot quickly between defending and launching attacks. Defenders often step into midfield support, creating temporary overloads. Spaces most utilized are the defensive third and the central lanes, ideal for long diagonals, fast breaks, and direct routes to goal. Pros: strong defensive core, simplified player roles for clarity, and very effective in counter-attacking scenarios. Cons: midfielder is often isolated and overwhelmed, fewer numbers in build-up phases, and requires positional discipline to avoid stagnation. If the 2-1-1 is your fortress, solid, reactive, measured, the 1-3 flips the script completely. This shape doesn't wait, it hunts. It's made for pressuring high, flooding the final third, and suffocating opponents before they can even settle. The 1-3 is aggressive and relentless. It suits high-pressuring teams who look to pin opponents in and win the ball high. The lone defender holds the back line, while the midfield and forwards press in unison. It's about suffocating space and forcing errors. Tactically, the shape aims to overload in the final third, pushing players into the half spaces and wide lanes. The space utilized is the final third half spaces, wide channels, and the edge of the opponent's box. With 3 advanced players constantly moving, you're always a pass away from a shot. This kind of pressure keeps defenders pinned, forcing mistakes and rushed clearances, but it comes at a price. There's just one player at the back, and that means every missed press opens a dangerous gap. You need tight coordination. One late recovery run, it could be a fast break the other way. But if your squad's sharp and committed, the 1-3 can be a weapon. But what if chaos isn't your style? What if you prefer control, patience, and predictability? When the match calls for calm over chaos, we turn to the 3-1. The 3-1 is a shape built for control and containment. With 3 at the back, this formation neutralizes counterattacks and allows for calm build-up. It prioritizes possession in your own half before launching into attacks. Tactically, it emphasizes short passing, switching sides to create openings, and pushing one defender forward when possible. The lone forward stretches defenses and looks to capitalize on pockets of space. Spaces utilized includes defensive and middle thirds, especially half spaces and diagonal passing lanes toward the final third. This setup offers a safety net few formations can match. 3 players in the back means mistakes are rare and possession is recycled with ease. It's not flashy, but it's solid. You control the pace. You manage the tempo. However, with just one player forward, you lose the punch. Quick goals are harder to come by, and if your opponent parks the bus, breaking through can be a grind. Still, for teams that want to dictate from deep and wear opponents down over time, the 3-1 is a masterclass in control. At the end of the day, every formation tells a story of how you want to play, where you want to control, and what you're willing to risk. Choose the shape that fits your team, master its rhythm, and the rest, that's where the game begins. See you in the next video. Peace.